Hello everyone. We have today with us Dr. Shalini Rajneesh, a senior bureaucrat now with the government of Karnataka. She is a person and inspiration to many. So we'll try to have more of insights about her life, career, and so that we can draw some inspiration from her. Welcome, ma'am. First of all, we would like to know how your journey started and what prompted you to take up IAS, the civil service.
The civil service was right, the inspiration was right at my home because my father was an IAS officer, and I used to see him providing so much relief to people who would come with so much pain, whichever capacity he worked. So I found that, you can be a contributor in any aspect of life that you can think of by joining this service. So there was no second option for me.
Can you please give some details of your father, ma'am, which batch he was in?
Yeah. He actually, was one of the refugees coming from Pakistan when partition took place. And he used to study in a tent in one of the, roadside kind of camps, and sit under the street light lamps studying, because his passion was that he has to become something in society and contribute. So he got into the IAS, then he had some trouble with the medical issues. Then he got promoted later on in the 1962. He got into the provincial service of Punjab. In 1978, he finally got promoted into the IAS.
Ma'am, we have seen you always proactive. You kind of spread positivity through your messages, articles, your interviews and all. And we would like to know what is that, the driving factor that keeps you going?
I think it's my gratitude to God Almighty for having bestowed me with everything that I could have even asked for or dreamt of. The best way to repay is to do something for others. And thankfully, again, I am in a service where I can do so much for everybody else. And I'm paid to do so, more so. So I think life, as you know, is, I don't know how long it is, how short it is. I always think that today is my last day, and what most I can make out of today, and what maximum I can give to others out of my 24 hours. So I work with this inspiration as soon as I get up in the morning and even when I sleep. So thankfully, it says, the way your intentions are, the way your thoughts are, the universe also helps you do that. So all forces in the universe help me to come into, areas where I feel I can contribute a lot, to come in touch with people like you who are, facilitating more and more good to happen for the society, and that makes me going.
Thanks, ma'am, for giving us that light of inspiration. We wanted to know, our viewers and readers would also like to know, how do you balance your work and, personal and professional life on a day-to-day basis?
Yes, I wish to forget about my office as soon as I come home. I have a daughter who is in 9th standard, and my husband is also in the IAS, so he's equally busy. So he's not looking forward to my coming at home because maybe he comes even after I have come back. So I end up spending some quality time with my family. I try to compensate with my physical absence by giving the emotional, concern and care. So once in a while I cook for my husband, once in a while I cook for my daughter, I make her study and things like that. We go out together with whatever living time. But let me accept that I do feel sometimes that maybe I'm not doing as much as other mothers would do for their children, or other wives would do for their husbands or their in-laws. But I, at the end of the day, am happy to say that my parents, in-laws, daughter or husband don't have any complaints, and they're happy about it.
Yeah, glad to know, ma'am. Ma'am, can you mention a few of your works and achievements which give you immense pleasure, satisfaction and a sense of pride?
There are many, but let me restrict to the health sector. I had initiated this project for online donation of body and organs. And that has been the first of its kind in India. And we had made it Aadhaar linked. And the student community particularly was motivated to pledge their organs. And lot of information, education, communication happened to make people realize that there is really life after death, because if you donate, you are actually living in not one life, but 8 lives maybe. So my father himself has been, he has donated his entire body after he left this world. And I have pledged, my family has pledged, and so on. I find that lot of people are today, coming forward to break that superstition that, they will not get moksha if they don't cremate the body and so on. And they are coming and donating, and that is giving, life to so many people. So that was one area where I was very happy about, kind of initiating in Karnataka. And apart from that, the e-hospital system that we have adopted in Karnataka, trying also to do the health assurance program. So we were the first one to give universal health coverage even before Ayushman Bharat came into practice. So there are huge, satisfactions which I derive because all my teammates work with me with the same passion and zeal, and we certainly achieve a good lot of, satisfactory service for the people whom we serve.
Ma'am, the term innovation, what is your definition for the word?
You have to think out of the box. So something which has not worked so far, therefore you have to think of something different, right? And you have to solve a problem. Now, I would say that malnutrition is a major problem that we all have, are facing. Despite ICDS program, spending thousands of crores into various health programs, 36% of my children below 5 years are stunted. It's stunning, And therefore, what is it that we are lacking? So I need people who need to apply their mind and say, okay, this is where we're going wrong. So innovation is primarily to see where we are going wrong in the present state of affairs and to find a right answer to a solution, to a problem which has not got a solution so far.
Okay. Ma'am, you can tell us about, other than work, any other passion? If I'm not wrong, you have authored more than 12 a dozen a book,
Yes.
and that too in English and Kannada. Can you please throw some light about your out of the work passion?
Yes.
You
I apart from the work, the experiences that we go through, I wish to document them and preserve it for posterity, for particularly the youth. So I have written books which do not relate to my work as such. For example, personality development. I'm a master's in psychology, and I find that majority of our youngsters are finding, this lack of confidence in themselves, that soft skills are missing. Somehow our education is not really catering to them. Personality development. So I've written a book on your future in your hands. And similarly, I wrote a book on the marital harmony. So I found that, there are small issues which in a family can be actually taken care of by simple adjustments or understanding. So which otherwise lead to big discords and big court cases and whatnot. So like that, I've been writing on various things. I've been writing articles in the paper also. The idea was to carry this message to as many people as possible so that the mistakes can be avoided, the happiness could be increased.
Okay. Ma'am, you can tell us about Sir. He's also a bureaucrat.
That's right. He is not only a bureaucrat, he is also my teacher. As far as Kannada language was concerned, he is 3 years senior to me. So he is the one who really taught me how to speak fluently and understand many words which I would not have otherwise understood. He is otherwise a mechanical engineer. He's a quieter type, not like me, less extrovert, but very, very intelligent. And he is one, who has really innovation built into his genes or DNA, I would say. So sometimes I go to him with problems and say, this is something, is really troubling me. Tell me what to do. And in a minute, he'll say, why don't you try this? So that's innovation. I see every day. Yeah.
Ma'am, we find you, as you said, you document your work mostly. And I think the same message goes to the way you are active on the social media. How do you see this social media part?
You see, most people feel that the IAS officers are like away from the public, distanced people.
Yes.
They are not the ones to mix up with general people and all that. I think this is more of a British time kind of an image.
Yeah.
You see, they were rulers. We are not. We are actually servants. We are public servants. So we have to change that image. Instead of waiting for people to come to us with their issues and problems, we need to go and reach out to people. Yeah. And this is what I have been practicing in any department, any post that I hold, whether as deputy commissioner or as secretaries also. So social media allows me to reach out to anybody and everybody, mostly youngsters, obviously people who are savvy with at least the mobile, if not IT platforms as such. And they come out with some real good suggestions and issues. Okay. So social media, I'm not just using for broadcasting what I have to say or the government has to say, but I use it also for a feedback.
More of an interactive.
Yes, more of an interaction, and I think that's valuable. We pay lakhs to consultants to tell us innovations and solutions, but sometimes our own people give us better solutions.
Oh, glad to know. Huh? And ma'am, any message you would like to give to our viewers and readers?
I would say that each one of us in India should be proud about the culture, the heritage of our country. But at the same time, we should be aware that our country faces certain major challenges, be it poverty, be it health issues, be it nutrition, and so on. So just don't depend that only government will do everything, we voted and then that's the end of it. No, we have to be partners with the government because it's your government. It's not British government or any other, colonial government. It's your government. You have to work with them, partner with them, give innovative solutions, come and constructively do. Don't keep cribbing about, oh, this road is not done, oh, that water doesn't come. No, come together, organize yourself, make yourself heard, and also do something for the community. Just don't keep, cribbing, and this is what has become the pastime. Yeah. We keep cribbing, but I'm sure I've seen many examples in my life where people have come together and have done something which even government could not have done.
So that's a message Dr. Shalini Rajneesh is giving. Be the change you would like to see. Of course, ma'am, we would like to have one more question to you. Today, you gave a message early in the morning, like 5:30. We would like to know how your day starts and how does it end.
It starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. I gave you a late message. I sleep early. I'm off by 9 o'clock with my meditation and pranayam. And 4 o'clock, both of us, we get up early. And then we have a huge set of, exercises, gym, yoga, and morning walks, etc. for 3 hours. So that is an undisturbed time. And between 4 to 5, we have time to read to ourselves. So we try to brush up our knowledge every day. And that's the time nobody disturbs you. So 8 o'clock, we close our personal physical and spiritual development program, and then we are on to our office work. So by 6:37 normally, we are back. That's the time to spend with the daughter, and again for a walk and light family kind of a time together. And I don't believe in wasting time. So I don't have a TV at home. I take what I want to see. And I also similarly, I want my daughter also to not to get swayed by, because this is the age, you see, they get swayed by BTI and so on. So we spend quite a lot of time together exchanging views, ideas, thoughts, knowledge. That's how the system goes.
Ma'am, we got a broader aspect, like idea about how your outlook is. We would like to know, you have any sort of planning you do, or for the future, or in the coming years? Of course, you said you plan about the day. This is the last day you're living. Anything like that?
Yes, I have a lot of dreams. So I always say that you should first dream about what you want that should happen, right? Suppose I have a dream that nobody in my country should be poor. So for that dream, what am I supposed to do? Maybe I'm not able to do everything, but I'm able to do something that is within my means and power. So I plan accordingly. I try and see that more people who are able to contribute to that dream, are attracted towards this idea. I make teams, I discuss that with them, and I use social media and our WhatsApp groups and all that for a very handy kind of an approach. And then I find that more and more people join the group, and I'm able to realize my dreams.
Thanks for giving all that insights, ma'am. You, of course, are an